beginnen. Nou, 5, 4...
Good afternoon, everyone. It's afternoon already. I'm Xita. I'll be playing this wonderful game called A Link to the Past. It's sort of maybe a little bit randomized. Enemies are shuffled as well. And apparently you all hate me, so we do random boss shuffle. I am joined by two commentators, Ross and Wired Wiki. And our
Hello.
And our host, Killer Chair, who still had some donations to read, I think.
Hello. Yes, well, one entire donation and you're gonna love it, because Rashla donated €5 saying, good luck on the run, Xita. Flute on pedestal?
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no. So yeah, if Tech is also ready, or I'll give a countdown for the timer. Let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, I'm playing as Kenny, and hey, look, a mirror.
Oh wow. Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nice.
Yes, and also, I don't think Xita has chat open, but I do, and I think Ross does it as well. So if you have any questions about the game, about Enemizer, about the mode, about the seat, whatever, just ask, and we try to give the best answers possible.
Yeah. So as you can see, normally there's a Hyrule guard there. That's now a spinning fire bar.
Yeah, so for those of you that are unfamiliar with Link to the Past Randomizer, all the items are shuffled, but this is an enemy randomizer as well, so all the enemies will be shuffled as well. And as you can see, fishes are also in the enemy pool.
Yeah, and this is gonna be difficult for my triple, damn it. Should have probably gone with the bigger one. But this might work, I think. We'll figure it out.
And what Xita's trying to do is get a tree pool. A tier 1 tree pool means he needs to get 1 kill, and he's lucky with bombs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely a good tree pull.
Yeah, 4 bomb bars are pretty damn nice. So we're checking the Lumberjack Cave to see if Aghanim is required for a possible item there. And luckily it's only a heart container. I'm saying it's not needed, and I'm probably gonna regret this.
Yeah, it could still be required to have to kill Aghanim for Dark World access or to the east side of the Dark World.
I'm still gonna pick up this full heart container just because we just started and, you know, safety. As you can see,
Yeah.
the tree is really well programmed. The guard was totally not. Oh boy. That. Okay.
Oh my god, they killed Kenny.
You!
So yeah, those guards are really fast. Normally they only spawn after you killed Aghanim in the vanilla game, and in the speedrun, people actually refer to that guy as Usain Bolt. Because
Yeah,
yes,
it's the fastest night in Hyrule, definitely.
That was also our first death.
Yep.
Xita, myself, and Wiki all will be donating €1 per death, up to €20.
Oh.
You know what, I'm gonna join in on that.
Ooh. I might add unintentional deaths. So if I decide to do a death warp or anything, it's like, yeah. Okay, full magic from that guy is not a bad thing to get. We did lose 4 bombs because of a thief. And there's our first medallion.
Nice, so we need these medallions to potentially open up Misery Mire or Turtle Rock. It's a 1 in 3 chance, because those entry requirements are also randomized in the randomizer.
Yeah, speaking of opening dungeons and knowing dungeons and stuff, let me do a map check. So we see that Desert Palaces are green pendant, and the other 2 are just regular crystals.
Yeah, and so how it works in the randomizer, as long as you have all the items to go into Ganon Tower and beat Ganon, you don't specifically have to do the pendant dungeons, because the 3 pendant dungeons is only to pull the pedestal.
Yeah, which hopefully will not happen today.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, fair enough.
And also, so
Why am I
for
doing
now,
this?
it's every death will be €4 towards charity. Feel free to join the hype. If you want to join with every that Xita makes, feel free.
Oh my god, Kenny is blue. By the way, the thing I'm doing right now with the mirror is... If you use a mirror inside of a cave or a building, that would not teleport you back to the start of the building. It glitches out and makes blocks disappear. Very useful.
Speaking of useful, the hookshot
Yeah.
is also part of a Japanese 1.0 exclusive glitch that if you move a block, you can use a hookshot through.
Yep. I'll probably attempt it in Super Bunny Cave at some point.
Yes, and to answer a question in chat, is can you model random? You can choose to get a random model, but you can just choose whatever sprite you are. There are over 100 sprites available for the randomizer. That's a lot. And yeah, Kenny's one of them. I don't know if there are more South Park characters, actually.
I don't think so, actually. Hey, a lamp! I don't have to look for that. Like 2 hours into the seed. Just like yesterday.
Yeah, that's good. So
No dark room.
Yeah, what a lamp does is basically gives you the light in the dark rooms. And in a regular randomizer, it's not that bad to do dark rooms because it's just muscle memory. But in an Enemizer, all the enemies are randomized, so you don't know what you're up against. So having a lamp is pretty convenient.
Yeah.
Also, it's a fire source.
That is correct. It is indeed a fire source, which does allow for a few checks later on.
Xita is farming some money now for to get to 100 rupees so he can buy the box.
I figured that one trip would put us exactly to 100, so Bottle Vendor will sell us a life lesson. Or a glove. Best 100 rupees ever spent.
Yeah, so far the seed is kind of generous.
Wow, gloves.
Yeah, what are they, right?
Well, except this room, maybe.
Yeah, this room is a little... Okay, that was slightly scary. Normally there's only Kuko there. But apparently today... Oh, nice. Free heal. And with Blue Mail, you know, it's fine. I would have died there without Blue Mail, by the way.
Yeah, it's a shame you found some mail.
Yeah, I know, right? I will die less. So, with that, we have completely checked the village. The village is one of the most, dense places with items.
Yeah, there's only one check left, but we need a bottle to check that, because Sick Kid only gives us an item when we have a bottle for some reason.
Yeah. And there's... oh god. There's a sword on library, but of course.
Sword is pretty... I mean, sword is obviously necessary, because you need Master Sword to damage Ganon in the last fight.
Yeah.
But there are 4 swords in the game in total, so we might not need that particular sword.
Yeah. I hope we get to Tempered, at least, if we don't get Silvers. Because Master Sword Silverless Ganon is... I'm gonna die. Holy...
So an Enemizer is
no!
a very interesting race.
Yeah. That was interesting. Did you guys happen to see what was on there? Because I think it was barely visible. But
I haven't seen it.
Nah, neither
I
did
was watching you struggle with the...
That
So-
can happen.
So just to explain, if an enemy comes out of bush, that's completely random. So if he does a racing game again, it might be that he don't see those guards.
Yeah, I'll probably do racing game a little later. Because it's pretty far out of the way right now.
I'm pretty sure I saw what it was if you really want to know.
Please.
I think it was 50 rupees.
In that case, I'll probably never go back for it. And that trick that Ross was talking about earlier, I just used the hookshot to... Well, I pushed the block, used the hookshot on the chest and opened it. That's one of the uses of, well, the hookshot and its Japanese 1.0 glitches. Just for the sake of safety. So chat, please do keep the death counter,
Oh, don't worry, we will too. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at 2.
Yeah, Yeah, so another useful thing that can happen with the hookshot, and that we didn't talk about yet, is if you use the hookshot, you become invulnerable. As soon as the hookshot returns, you're really vulnerable again, but... This is normally a cave with mini moldworms, and today we have mini moldworms and... Oh, that's convenient.
Models and helmets have the tendency to walk into the pit.
Or, you know, you just kill them with... And our stun price is actually 20s. That is convenient.
Yeah, so if you stun an enemy in the normal game, you get 1 rupee if you kill them, but in the randomizer that can be any drop, and 20 rupees is one of the better drops.
So this was Body Cave. 2 packs of 50 rupees, 2 red rupees. Not that interesting. Let's move on to everyone's favorite location that is quite slow to get to.
This is a very one-off location that's easily skippable, basically. A lot of people just hold off till they have the flute, and when they have the flute, they just forget that that location is still a thing.
Oh god. Fire bars! Fire bars! Oh, hi! Oh boy! Oh boy!
Oh!
Oh, wow.
So Lionels need at least a Master Sword spin to damage. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're right about that. Master Sword spin or a hammer. I don't know if fire actually works, the fire rod.
I have
I
no
haven't
clue.
tried Fire Rod.
So yeah.
So
Well, that was worth it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
totally.
Yeah, a lot of locations you check are just not gonna be worth it.
Yeah, you'll always be taking a risk, leaving some locations behind. Like for instance, Xita has done the south route and he hasn't gone to desert. And there's a cave there with 1 item, and he'll probably not go there until it's his final location.
Yep, and yesterday I learned that's not a good way to play it, but hey, I'm ignoring that fact and just... Oh... So... Okay.
This is a fun room.
Yeah, looks like a fun room. So those thieves, because those guys that come running at me are thieves. Of course, there's a map here. Okay, we did not get the key, so the key is probably either in Dark Cross itself, which is not going to be dark, or in the castle. Yeah, let me first get that check done. So I'm gonna move up the mountain. That is a grand total of a lot of checks. I can't even.
Yeah, I'm gonna just explain why and then count in my head. Look if I can find the right answer. But yeah, basically because of the glove, the lamp, and the hookshot. Well, the glove and the lamp make sure that Death Mountain is in logic, and the hookshot brings him to the east side, giving a total of 9 checks and 8 items he can pick up there.
Yeah. And then the old man that we're gonna rescue in this cave is gonna give another item.
Yeah, and then you have Spectacle Rock with 2 items because you actually have the.
And we can even enter Hera. We can probably not
because you
defeat
have the
the
mirror
boss.
and you can.
As you can see, mini moldworms in the wall and a Kuko. And this room is actually, like, as Wiki explained, a lot of rooms are pretty scary in Enemizer in the dark. That one is not. Oh, of course.
Yeah. Sometimes the enemies spawn in the walls, and it makes it all a lot easier in Enemizer.
Yeah, I'm first gonna go for for the what is it? East side check.
Yeah, that seems like a fair play. And now, because Xita brought back the old man, that is now a location you can start at when you save and quit.
And hi, my favorite enemy in the game, the spike ball.
Spiky balls!
Yeah, they are annoying, especially in small rooms. It's not a fun thing to get.
And to go back at chat again, why does Link look like Candy? Well, this is a custom sprite. There are over 100 sprites you can choose to play a randomizer. And where's Cartman? I have no idea.
He's probably the princess.
You see...
We have a weapon!
We have a weapon! Another weapon!
Well, Not a great weapon, but a weapon nonetheless.
That's interesting. Use your new weapon.
Totally didn't took forever.
So in this, with these current settings, Xita is playing with, enemies do not do random damage or have a random health pool. You can set an Enemizer so that they have a random health pool, but certain enemies have fixed will die from one hit for certain weapons. For instance, the hookshot will always kill a mini Moldorm with one hit, regardless of its amount of hit points.
This my... Yeah, that was it.
Oh, first try bomb jump. Nice.
Yeah. Wiki, maybe you could explain what a bomb jump is in this game and in which locations we might be using it.
Yeah, so bomb jump is basically you take damage and then you basically float over a gap. If you don't set it up correctly, you just fall regardless. Some bomb jumps in the game are actually like pixel perfect. For example, the bomb jump in Ice Palace. Which might not even be possible because of the Enemizer, because of the properties of the enemy that spawns in that room. You might or might not be able to do it, which is kind of weird. But that's game is broken anyways.
I mean,
yeah.
Some of the items are so balanced. I mean,
totally.
Gate of Samaria has been one of the most game-breaking items in existence.
And we might see some of that.
Yeah, we might see some really cool King of Samaria action. Also, where's the incentive to randomize the seed? Sadly, the seed can only be randomized before reloading the ROM. So during the game, you cannot really randomize the game itself. The only thing you can do is there is an option to change your character every single time you get hit. But we didn't choose for that, sadly.
Please no. I do not want to cycle through like 100 sprites.
Somehow, if you choose that option, you always end up with invisible sprites.
Yeah, that boomerang is yeah. We'll just forget that it's there, okay?
Do you really want lag in the game?
No, we already have enough lag as is. And
Speaking of incentives, by the way, should I plug one of our incentives?
Yeah, please go
ahead.
Because we do have Fallout any percent and Fallout 2 any percent, both having character name choices, and it could go any way still. So if you'd like to have a character name in there, be sure to get those donations in before that game comes on up. Also, we have color choice for Spyro in the Reignited trilogy, Spyro 1. So there's also lots of other fun stuff you could go for.
Yeah, so what I want to talk about a little bit, because, hint tiles are on in this game as well, so you can check the hint tiles to see if there's some useful information, which 9 out of 10 times isn't. But we saw a little sprite change when Xita went to the Dark World, and that is because Xita doesn't have the Moon Pearl yet, so you transform into the bunny sprite, and the bunny sprite for Kenny is Mysterio, which is kind of great.
It's the best bunny sprite.
Let's for a safety switch. Let's be smart for once. Because we might not lose a lot of health, but hi Hinox. Hi Hinox.
So Xita hit that switch there because at the end of this dungeon there are a lot of pots with there are a lot of pots with hearts under them, and you can drop down from the boss to pick up those hearts, but you need to flip the switch in order to be able to reach them. And since we reached the incentive for Chaos Boss Shuffle, we could have any boss.
What is your guys' guess?
Let's go with Cold Stare.
Oof.
I'm just hoping for non-stop Moldorm.
I think Vitreous here
okay.
is in order.
Thank you for doing that, Raz.
Wow, good call.
Yeah. For now, we're gonna be allowed.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough because
I have no sword.
Yeah. You can do it with the Cane of Burna, but you need a lot of energy potions, which we don't have.
Yeah. So because of getting the boots, that sword that was on library is all of a sudden in logic. So we can go and pick it up. So I'll
yeah.
Yeah, I'll route towards Kakariko and do some checks on the way.
Yeah, because you can also check Sickit now because of the bottle.
And then I'll double check if it was actually 50 rupees on race game.
That's a good one.
Or just get a second glove, but of course. KC, you see, gloves aren't that hard to get.
They're impossible, I tell you. Gloves don't exist for me.
Just to clarify, this is a little like inside joke. When we do combo randomizers between Zelda and Super Metroid, and KC never gets gloves. It's always like super late in logic.
Yeah, the last item in logic. It happened a couple of times.
And the Sickit giving us some protection. Good guy, Sickit. So let's get that sword.
Is this a new South Park game? No, but we're gonna get our stick.
It's not a stick of truth, though. We now have a toothpick. Like, level 1 sword deals about no damage, but having a sword is required for at least 2 dungeons. And indeed...
Yeah, because you do need the sword to open Misery Mire and Turtle Rock for the medallions. You cannot use medallions if you don't have a sword.
You also need at least Master Sword to be able to do that.
Yep. Well... No. You can use the medallions with any sword. You cannot check the original locations without Master Sword.
Oh. Okay.
So the tablets, we can find out if thieves are killable. Nope, they are not. That is a 50-50 chance.
They also don't do any damage, so...
Yeah, they are just straight up annoying. And I almost forgot to check Uncle. So yeah, now we're going back at what normally is like the start of your game. If you play this game vanilla, you drop down, there's this uncle guy gives you an item, which is now a piece of heart. And then there's one more item in here.
There's if you play standard, this is open mode, so the world is basically open from the start. If you play standard mode, your uncle always has a weapon, because in standard mode, you need to go to the basement, and you need weapons to kill enemies.
Yeah, the logic of what the game is does include bombs as a weapon. So if I would play this regularly and would not have a sword right now, it is possible to kill like all the enemies, or well, normally it should be possible to kill.
Nice
all
death
enemies with
rock.
bombs. Yeah, death rocks are the most annoying enemies in the entire game, because yes, they do hurt, but no, you can't kill.
Yeah, you have the powder, so you could technically kill with that rock.
Yeah, fair. And of course we get a key in the very first chest. And this means that Dark Cross is actually holding an item.
Have you...
Yeah, we have the map.
Yeah, the map was in the back of Escape.
Let's see what we get.
Yeah, for basically... Oh, it's always fun. No, but for every dungeon you go through, there are a specific amount of items you can get. In every dungeon, you always have, well, except for Hyrule Castle, because Hyrule Castle doesn't have a compass, if I'm right. But every dungeon has a map, a specific amount of keys, and a big key. Also, I don't think Hyrule Castle doesn't have a big key as well. But those are, as long as you don't play Key Sanity, those are in their proper dungeons. And all the other items are randomized.
So yeah, Hyrule Castle does have a big key, else you can't open the cell.
Oh right. Oh, I'm
it's
I'm
always on the enemy in front of the cell. Which today is a red. I don't know what these guys are called. Red Tomahawk guy. I'm gonna call him. I have no clue what they are called.
I thought it was Lizelfos, but
Yeah.
apparently they're named differently in this game.
Like we recently checked names of enemies because fun. And some of them have really weird names. Others have, well, logical names.
They're called the Zezek.
See? Very logical name.
How did you not know that?
Yeah.
So this
Totally
would have
didn't
been a
take
fun
one
room
boot
in the dark.
For me to enter.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, usually this room is full of ropes, which are the snake enemies. Now it's just
It's nightmare.
it's nightmare. Yeah.
So yeah, that was the Hyrule Castle completely checked.
Yeah, so Xita's running low on locations to check because the Dark World still isn't accessible until he has the Moon Pearl.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is
Well.
oh,
Yeah.
we have King's
There's
Tomb.
one spot. There's
That-
one spot where you can go to the Dark World, which is on the mountain, but because he doesn't have a moon pearl, there's nothing really he can do.
So yeah, for this location you do need well, or Dark World access and the boots, but the boots are a given that you need. You need to bonk open this thing. And of course it's only money. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way to the witch. Check the mushroom and then move towards Eastern Palace, because that is a dungeon we can enter and potentially even clear.
Yeah, so in the vanilla game, you're not able to clear it without a bow because you have the red Igor and they can only be killed by the bow. And you need to kill them to open the room, I think 2 rooms before the boss room.
Yeah.
But of course, this is Enemizer, so you might not need.
Yeah, in Enemizer, any enemy that requires a certain item to be killed won't be placed in a room where you have to kill every enemy.
That is correct.
Right, and while you make your way over to Eastern, how about I mention something about BSG?
Go ahead.
Specifically, the fact that we are raising money for the Red Cross. In these difficult COVID-19 times, they ensure that people in need receive any help they require. Red Cross does this by offering practical help like shopping, transportation of patients, collection and distribution of medical devices, but also through social media by providing us with the information we need. The Red Cross continues tirelessly to help as many people as possible. So do keep those donations in for that.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we saw a couple of interesting items there. We have a flute. So once we unstuck the bird, we can fly to a certain amount of locations, which one of them is actually desert, which is quite convenient. The other one is cave, and for now that puts Zagawana logic, and that's not what you want to see.
No, that was my uh-oh. Like, normally to enter the castle tower where Aghanim is in, you need a Master Sword, or better, but yeah, vanilla game is Master Sword. But you can basically dodge that so-called lightning beam thing that he has up in front by using a cape.
Yes, and the problem with Aga Tower, or well, the problem, it's basically just a 6.5 minute detour where you get no items. So if you have to do that, that's a big time loss. But on the other hand, if you have to, there's not really a choice.
Yeah. Well,
Also, hammer.
Yeah, I was about to say, we did get the hammer, which is a very good weapon. It's very short-ranged, but...
Yeah, hammer is great. Hammer does the same as tempered sword damage, so that's really good.
So here's the
And
Mickey.
here's a little cool randomizer shortcut, because you can have the hookshot here and you can just skip the room above.
Okay, bonking is bad. Don't bonk unless needed.
You need to get up the bonk counter, dude, for the
Yeah.
credits.
Yeah, we need to get to 42, right?
Yes.
So we walk up, we walk down, we throw the pot, we throw another pot, and we get it respawned because fuck you. Okay.
Xita was trying to do is get 2 of those
Yeah.
Stalfrosts to spawn in the walls, so you just have to kill the other 2. But he got.
And that hint was absolutely not helpful, but did say the truth. That rocks are annoying. Of course. I'm not gonna gamble.
Our Kuko is wishing for a vanilla boss. That will be a really long fight.
Yep, but it is
Kill his
killable.
hammer.
I have
His
a
hammer,
hammer.
it's not-
Oh, you have hammer.
In that case, I could have used that red boomerang, Kappa.
Also, speaking of the gamble that Xita was talking about, there are 2 items left, and one of them is, I think, the compass or the map.
Map.
One of them is the map. The other one might be an item he needs. So he could have gone straight to the boss and forget or skip this item, skip this chest. But if he did and the map was on the boss, then he potentially need to dip back into it to get the item.
Which, if I would have done it, would have saved us like a minute or so. But hey,
I mean, that's random for you.
yeah, that's the random for you. You know, sometimes you gamble and it pays off. Sometimes you don't gamble and it doesn't pay off. It's yeah. Ow.
I mean, yeah, I could go hammering Armos Knights would be bad, but it is totally in logic. I've had it before that my bow was locked behind the Armos.
Yeah, the best way to fight Armos is still with a boomerang.
Yes. But we'll find out what the boss is. And also, this room was not fun. A crystal
Well, it should-
roller.
That room
Should
looked
have picked up that red
horrible.
boomerang then.
Yeah. But let's just pray that Dark Cuckoo is wrong, like he always is, and it's not an Armos fight.
Okay, chat, what do you guys think? What's gonna be the boss for this dungeon?
I hope it's Landmolas.
I'm hoping for a Muffin.
Let's go blind.
Blind is in logic as well, and it's not even that terribly hard. Oh,
The funny part about blind is it doesn't matter what weapon you use, you always do 1 damage and you need to
Oh.
get 9 hits in a month.
yeah, I'm collecting hearts because I'm scared.
You're also losing hearts.
Yeah, I know. But I also gained hearts. Okay, let's find out. Why is Kuko correct?
Well, have fun with this one.
Yeah,
Okay, this is gonna take a while, so Killer Chair, if you have anything
Yeah.
to plug.
Sure. Well, you can always consider using your free monthly Twitch Prime subscription right here on the ESA channel, because you get the wonderful emotes of both ESA and BSG, and you support both the events. It's all great. Do it. Get to it. Twitch Prime.
Just to have some stuff to talk about. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a ROM hack called Parallel Worlds.
I am.
Heard about it.
Yes, it's
Uh,
terrible.
It's rough. It's not terrible, it's rough. And basically one of the first fights you have is the Armos Knights with only a hammer.
Now,
And the Armos Knights
GGs?
also have extra health. But GG's to
Yeah, just abusing the
Yeah.
cane of Brian. Berna. We call it Brian. It's everyone pronounces the name incorrectly, I think, and therefore, you know, that's yeah. That was our very first dungeon. We have checked that. We did not check that completely. That we've checked. And with that, I think I'm gonna make my way back to the village to get the bird released. Check Mad Xita cave. That's also an inside joke. There is a cave in this game that you need a hammer for and a powder. You summon a mad bat, and in the vanilla game he upgrades your magic pool from, well, normal to half magic. In a randomizer, or in a multi-world, I once forgot that location even existed. So I have never checked it, and it was like I think it was a Varia suit or something for someone in a combo rando.
Yeah,
Forgetting locations always bites you back.
Yup.
Always.
But here's our big friend the duck.
Whenever I forget something, it's rupees. Every time.
But yeah, we potentially can full clear desert as well. It's a bit of an awkward way to get into it, but
Yeah. You could, as a bunny, walk to the side and use the mirror.
yeah. Also,
Which opens up 3 extra locations to check. 2 inside the dungeon and green pen.
Yep.
And don't forget about Checkerboard Cave.
And it's our Merle. We have Darkwold axes, boys.
Oh boy.
I
Yep.
was really hoping for Merle on
On pedestal.
Vitreous.
Man. But
I think this definitely means that Aga 1 is dead.
Aga 1 is as dead as can be.
We have a hammer, we have full Dark World access, Aga 1 is dead.
Also, I was about to tell you, like, hey, you were talking about, like, Checkerboard Cave, but there's another cave we can do that is sort of out of logic by using a small glitch. But yeah, we'll not be able to see that glitch.
Ah, you wanted to Super Bunny into...
Meyer
So
shit.
we need the Bombos medallion to enter Meyer.
I definitely would like a Bombos medallion, not gonna lie. Nope. But yeah, we're quickly gonna check Checkerboard Cave and then move on to the Desert Palace itself and our big friend Agina. Because Agina is what they call a Sphere Zero check. You can check it from the start of the game on, and it could be everything. It could be a flute, it could be a mirror, well, those items we have right now, so... It could be a fire rod.
This is the check I mentioned just as you were wrapping up the South Shore area, where you will probably never go to Agina, but I was wrong because you got yourself a flute.
Yeah, that's the beauty. As soon as you get like a flute or anything, you have way easier access to like desert. Also, it's one of those off locations that you generally don't go to anymore. Until, like, yeah. Hey, look, that's a completely normal sprite.
There's still a chance you're gonna forget after you finish desert, so...
Something sharp is held with the fishes. I think that means that Zora is holding a sword?
Either Zora or Catfish, I believe.
Yeah. Well, we do have Zora money, so...
We also have access to Catfish as well.
Yeah. I mean, we have access to Zora. I would like some flippers to go with it, but hey. But yeah, combining Catfish with Zora is actually the better way to do it.
Yeah, in the perfect world you also have flippers, but the checks that you get because you got flippers, you can also do with various glitches, like water walking or fake flippers.
Yeah.
Or a combination of both to be able to get Zora Ledge.
Yeah, Zora Ledge I've not have enough experience with how to glitch to that one, but... Of course. And another useful thing about the mirror is if you're in the dungeon and you use a mirror, you go straight back to the start of the dungeon. Or, well, the entrance you've entered the dungeon through. Because Desert Palace has like 2 entrances. The front part at least, and whichever one you went into rewards you with, the exit. So I'll go in the back part as well, because green pendant, extra item, not
Yeah.
not
Plus,
a
I
bad thing.
believe. Yeah. Plus, I believe the item, the second item, is on the boss as well.
At least we're gonna check if we can defeat the boss. Because there are still bosses that we can defeat.
Yeah, so what the green pendant does, like in a vanilla game, if you have the green pendant and you go to Sahasrahla, you get the boots. So that is another item check. That's the only pendant that gives you an extra item.
So currently, Xita can kill most bosses, but Trinex and Igor are unkillable still.
Trinex and Cold Stare, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, God. Sorry.
because we don't have a way of melting the ice around Gold Star. Also,
So-
Mafia would be bad, but hey.
What are your guesses?
Killable.
I'm gonna go with Moldorm.
Moldorm
We
would
need
be
at
nice.
least one.
Please, yes. I would very gladly take a Moldorm.
Moldorm in the Enemizer can have a
Ah!
random number of eyes.
Ah! Nightmare fuel! This is 7-eyed Moldorm!
Yeah!
Nice.
As you can... no, okay. Moldorm in his actual normal arena is bad because, well, he can throw you off, but Moldorm with 7 eyes!
Was a great Moldorm.
Yeah, pretty decent Moldorm. We got the green pendant, we're gonna check Agina, and then I'll flute over... Yeah, I don't even know where I want to enter the Dark World right now. Probably the village. Oh man. There's so many options of routing right now. We have...
Yeah, once
Basically, the
Dark
entire map is
Yeah.
open to you.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, when Dark World's open, you have so many checks.
So yeah, there's like two options for me to enter the Dark World. One of them is near Link's house in the Light World, so you're near Hype Cave and all that. And then you can make your way to the village and from there on out continue, or you know, you do it the other way around and you start at the village.
Or you could start at Death Mountain. You could
Or
start,
Death Mountain. There's a
Palace of Darkness. You have so many items that yeah, because you already have the mids and the hook shot before getting the mill.
Yep. And a hammer as well. Like, normally you need, well, the hammer, the merle, and at least a pair of gloves to enter. Getting 2 pairs of gloves is, like, the best. Because we can lift this super heavy rock. And ta-da, we are in the Dark World. So yeah, let's start with Village of Outcasts, or as it's named by Boxmeister, Dark Ariko. Which was his version of Kakariko, but in the dark. A single bomb. And SWAT shield. Yay, we have a leggy shield now.
So this means that, yeah, Laser Bridge in Turtle Rock is now in Logic.
Yeah. I mean, Turtle
soon as
Rock
he
might
can
be in
get-
Logic if we get the game.
It's not that you had the cape to do it anyways, but
Or
Or the
Burnout.
cane.
I
Or the
mean,
cane,
yeah.
yeah.
Brewery gives us 5 rupees. So, yeah, in terms of money, we still need to do Zora, which is 500 rupees. There is potentially the Big Bomb, which costs 100. There is 110 needed for entering Palace of Darkness, and we need 80 rupees to do Digging Game. And guess what?
yeah. So we're now about 30 rupees short of having everything.
It's an Enemizer. You could always lose the monkey to open
Yep.
Palace of Darkness a few times with some nice enemy placement.
Let me do this smart. Let's first do Digging Game, and then bring Froggy home.
Yeah, because if he's being followed by any follower, which includes Froggy, you can't do the digging. Because I think the guy said something like, you can't bring any friends here, something like that.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
along those
something like
lines.
that.
And you get 30 seconds to dig as much around as you want. Heck you. It's just bombs.
Meanwhile,
Yes,
I would
go
like
ahead.
to mention that we still have pretty much anything that could be used as a character name choice for both the upcoming Fallout games. So if you want to just put anything there, you've got the chance. Go get some donations in.
Sadly enough, I lost the speed, but yeah. Spin speed is awesome.
Quick shout outs to Tiny Tim for those 5 gifts up. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. Tim throwing like gift subs left and right. Japanese 1.0 glitch, by the way. We can item
Yes.
dash.
Yeah, this is called item dashing. So you can hold an item and its properties will just dash over it.
Only if you have a sword, by the way. Else the hammer dash does not work. I found that
Yeah,
out
that's
the
right.
hard way.
That's right.
Same.
Definitely same.
I think everyone that was familiar with the vanilla speedrun and did a randomizer at some point tried it without a sword, and then you basically just bonk against the bags, and it's like, nope.
Yeah, so when you do an item dash with a hammer, you'll hammer down any pegs, but only when you stop and the hammer goes down does it do damage. The same with if you use a shovel with an item dash, it will look like you dig open a lot of spots, but you only dig open the final one where you quit.
It looks so swaggy though.
Yeah.
It does.
Sadly enough, we can't dash with the chest behind us, so yay, slow walking.
Yeah, so what Xita is doing now, he's bringing the chest to the specialist, which it could be faster if he warped to the light world and uses flute, but there are a couple of checks that he want to get out of the way on his way to, to the lockpicker.
Yeah,
What is it?
Yeah, I think he's a locksmith.
He
There's
doesn't
also
talk much.
He doesn't talk much.
Hello?
There's
Yes?
also a glitch Xita could do
Thank you.
if he knows about it.
Which one you're referring to?
The one where you leave the chest behind now.
Oh, yeah. But we're just gonna do it the regular way. Hey, Stumpy, you give us money, because what does work is hookshotting.
One day, some people will have something good.
Yeah.
So one of the glitches Xita could be doing is leave the chest here, because when he mirrors to the dark world, back to the light world, the first frame after the mirror, the game thinks the chest is behind him. So if you're on the right spot next to the locksmith, he'll open the chest, even though it isn't there.
Yeah, it's a really weird glitch. This game treats priorities weirdly. Let's say it like that.
Yeah. That's also how Fake Flipper works, if we get to that.
Yeah. We might. Because, well, we have enough money for Zora, but I think I'm just gonna route Zora regularly with Catfish. And then potentially, well, we can see what enemy is there, so we can see if Fake Flippering is even possible. Because certain enemies in that area make Fake Flippering really hard.
Yeah, so what happens if you fake flipper? If you fake flipper and you hit an enemy, in the vanilla game you soft lock, but in the randomizer they made it so that you just get insta killed.
Wow, this was one explosive cave.
Wow.
This cave was the bomb, dude.
Oh yeah, maybe I should totally do a map check in the Dark World.
You're good.
Meyer is red and T-Rock is red. Swamp and Skullwoods are the other two pendants.
Wait, Meyer and T-Rock are red? Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Interesting combo. Damn it. I stopped too early. So yeah, we're doing a lot of overworld checks right now. But most of them are pretty far off locations. So if we would have done Aghanim 1, which, you know, at some point was a contender of being killed, we would have gotten 300 rupees, which I'll gladly take.
So as you can see, Xita's running really fast. That's a glitch where if he uses the hook shot and dashes on the same frame, and then he hits a set of manual stairs, he'll go into a dash speed glitch. You can also achieve that by charging up your sword and releasing the spin 1 frame after dashing.
Yeah.
It's a good way to go fast.
It definitely is. But you still need to hit the stairs, so yeah, it's not helpful at every location. One of the locations it's commonly used at is Death Mountain, because, you know, big open spaces that are slow to walk through.
Well, one of the best places I've seen it used is coming out of the Witches and Thieves Town, because those are places where people don't normally remember that.
I am denying the catfish treasure. What is the enemy? I don't even see it. So it's probably doable to fake flipper. Checking the Zora ledge while we at it. 300 rupees. So I say no thank you. Yeah, okay. This is an annoying spot, as you can notice. Diagonal movement can be hard sometimes. And lag is a real thing in this area. Holy shit.
Yeah, the game is not used to having all these enemies here, and it kind of freaks out.
Yeah, let's see if Zora is actually a sword.
It
according
should
to our
be.
hint-
According to the hint tile, it should be, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, it was. So,
Imagine Zora having something useful.
I mean, it is Master Sword now, so it was sort of useful. Yeah, let's do the other check that has a lot of things.
Always give your grandfather a hug before exiting the cave for some free health.
Yep. A lot of those, there's a lot of spots in the game that can full heal you. The old man in the cave, Zelda and the priester in, what is it?
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary, yeah.
Yeah, I believe Dark World even has a spot of that as well. The witch.
Yeah, all the Dark World hints, hint NPCs also heal, as far as I'm.
Yeah. So this is what is referred to as Super Bunny Cave. This is like the only check you could do up on the mountain in the so-called Super Bunny state. Let's see if I don't mess this up now.
Yeah, so Super Bunny is a state where where you're a bunny.
Yeah.
And you can still interact as if you're Link. And if you drop down a hole, as he's about to do, you'll go into Super Bunny state. But he already has a moon pearl, so.
Yeah, we're just Kenny. Let's find out if we have anything useful in here. Hey, tempered sword! Yay! I mean...
we don't need silvers now, it's fine.
Yeah,
No.
Silvers are not a thing I'm gonna actively look for.
Yeah, so in the latest version of the game, the bow and silvers are a progressive upgrade. You used to be able to find the silvers without the bow, but now there's just 2 bows. Quake.
Quake, and we already have Quake, so... As soon as we obtain the Cane of Somaria, we are able to enter Turtle Rock. And hi, Mr. Guard, Mr... Okay. That was me messing up, but... Come on!
Yeah. Nice. Flying guard.
I like that floating guard there.
Yeah, I don't know how he got to the next island, but sure.
That guard has the boots to hover.
Oh my god. Hey look, it's the ball and chain guard. Which...
This is Ganon made a weird choice where to place his guards.
Speaking of the bow and arrow.
Yo.
We're gonna...
think
Yeah,
that
now we know
means-
what they were guarding.
I think that means in logic we're only let's see, the one medallion. I forgot the name for some reason.
Bombos.
Thank you. Bombos, Fire Rod, potentially Ice Rod, and Cane of Samaria for go mode.
Yep.
Yes.
So,
And flippers.
Yeah.
And flippers.
oh,
Yeah,
flippers.
flippers in logic,
And
but
logic flippers, where we can
flippers
skip
are
it
optional.
if swamp is not. If we don't have to go to swamp, it's an option. We can fake flipper to ice. But in logic, it is actually required.
Yeah. So,
Meanwhile,
yes.
how about I mention the fact that if you're from the UK and would like to attend to an event similar to BSG, we recommend checking out UKSG. UKSG is an event in Glasgow running 4 times a year for young minds. Also, a wonderful little thing. And of course, did somebody mention Twitch Prime?
No, but that's a good thing.
Wow, Twitch Prime.
Huh.
Drop it.
I'm already subbed to the channel, but else I would definitely drop, because the emotes you get, damn, they are nice.
There are a lot of good emotes, yeah.
Especially like the time stopwatch.
Yeah. But thanks for reminding me that I still have my Twitch Prime subscription that I should drop on someone.
Wow.
But yeah, let's enter Thieves Town. Everyone's, well, I think this is one of the more fun dungeons. Oh, hi, I did not expect you there, that hurts.
This is a very fun dungeon with Enemizer. There are a lot of enemies at the start here. So yeah. Let's see.
Totally not lagging out my game.
Oh, I also saw one of those bomb dropping. Yeah, there he is. They also are very good for the lag.
Yeah. There's a lot of enemies that... Oh, joy. Look at the lag. Don't you love it? So... Yeah. Thieves Down. We got 1 item so far and a small key. The big key is guaranteed to be in the front. In one of the first 4 chests. Because, yeah, you basically need it to continue. And hi, this is a fun enemy there. There's the big key. Wait, what? Okay, how did that fire bar hit me?
Reasons.
Yeah.
This game has been programmed very well.
Yeah,
Magic.
hitboxes and I don't know what.
So by the looks of it, we now have 1 item, so the party is definitely in the back.
Yep. So since like there's at least 2 items in the back, I'm just gonna go to the back. Also I would have done the boss first.
Yeah, so in Enemizer, because the boss is random, you don't have to get the maiden and show the light, or the quote-unquote maiden.
Yeah.
You can just straightly walk to the boss room and fight the boss.
Oh, hi. Okay, that works. Quickly gonna check the hint as well. Normally I forget about it, but... Hey, don't do that. Thanks, game, thanks. The boots are in Tower of Hera, guys. Remember that.
Okay.
We might need it.
Do to write it down. It means they're on Vitreous, right?
Yeah, I think so. And those pink floating thingies, I used to call them anti-fairies, because when you powder them, they become fairies. We found out they are actually called bubbles.
They're called anti-fairies in different games, I believe. It's the naming in this game is so weird for the enemies.
And of course that basically means that every check we'll do from now on will be an item. Will not necessarily be a good item, but an item nonetheless. I would definitely like my fire rod in this dungeon so I can full clear Skull Woods after this. Which is not needed, but still. I might probably dip into Skull Woods to get 2 more items there. Because Skull Woods, or potentially 2 more items, because they could also just be in the back of the dungeon.
speaking of Skullwood, since we're in the area there anyways, how about we talk about pedestal? What is still possible? I think Ice Rod and Sumoria are possible.
It really depends
Flippers are not.
Flippers
and
are.
Fire Rod
Fire Rod can be. So Ice Rod is possible, but Ice Rod might very well not be needed because we have not seen a Trinex so far.
There could be a
Speaking of
Trinex.
Fire Rod,
Sumoria.
Speaking of
Oh,
Fire
hey,
Rod,
it's Fire Rod.
Very nice.
Okay, now I'm starting to doubt myself. Like, do I go into Skullwoods to check the 2 items, or do I move my ass into Palace of Darkness for 6 items?
I would say the Palace of Darkness is 5, I
5.
believe. But since you're in the area anyways, why not?
Oh.
If they're both in the front, it's a super quick check.
And it's Argus.
Well, having the tempered sword, this should not be bad. This should be pretty standard, pretty trivial.
Yeah. For some reason, he still lands in water, even though there is no water. Very well programmed game, I can tell ya.
Maybe the floor is just wet.
Yeah, that could be it. And with that, we obtained our 2nd crystal. Only 5 more to go. And I'm not sure how we're doing on time, but I have a feeling that should be fine.
We're
I think
about
you're
an
looking,
hour in.
yeah, you're looking fine so far.
Yeah, nothing too much. Skullwoods is our next entrance, and then I'll go check Bumper Cave and Graveyard Ledge, because those are 2 checks that are sort of out of the way. And then
I completely forgot the possibility of bombos on pet. That's actually still possible.
that is a possibility.
So
as
it's
well.
bombos, cane, or ice rod,
and
which
third
2 of the
is-
3 are definitely required.
Yeah. Oh boy, look at this room.
We could always have a book on pad and one of those required items on one of the medallion pedestals.
Are we still praying this is a pad seed?
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
Gambling?
also Turtle Woods, really?
Turtle Woods? Are we gonna go to Turtle Woods?
Turtle Woods or Skull
I
Rock?
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
A lot of turtles here.
Wiki really wants me to go to the boss of this dungeon, I know that much.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the boss room of Skullwoods is the most broken out of everything.
Yeah.
It breaks a lot of bosses, and there's one in particular that is just amazing.
Yeah, apparently, bosses and conveyor belts don't mix.
No, for some reason they don't. Also, Xita and conveyor belts don't mix that well, but you'll see that much. So
I think you get both items now,
That's
right?
both
Did we?
items.
Yeah? Yeah,
Yeah,
we
because
got money
the-
and yeah. So for now, we're not gonna see the boss room. I'm very sorry, Wiki.
No.
This was a very useful time waste. We did get up 13th heart, but that's about it.
But if this is still a pet seat, then this isn't a time waste.
Yeah, fair. Because we already have the small key, and that's all we need. Then again, oh, that's not gonna pick that. Okay. Oh, joy. As you can notice, the lag is really bad. Those big spike balls are not supposed to be here. I think they're a... I'm gonna say Ice Palace exclusive enemy normally.
Yeah, I can't think of another spot where
Yeah.
they are.
Crystal rollers like these are normally only in Turtle Rock and Ganon's Tower, I believe. Because I do think Ganon's Tower has 1 or 2, maybe? Not even sure. anymore.
Where? I can't
I can't remember.
recall them being in GT. I've played so many Rando and Enemizer that
Yeah.
I don't even know what's originally there.
Okay, so another piece of heart. So, yeah, since we're in the light world anyway, and we want to move to the east side of that land. That one, oh wait, no, that one wasn't checked yet. Because we still have Vitrias in Tower of Hera, which we can go and kill.
Which could be the small key or the second item, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe we only picked up one item there.
Yeah, we only got one item, so if Pillars of Darkness turns out to be a bust, that is my next play.
There's also the green pendant that you can turn in by mirroring in the forest. Or whatever you might call that little area.
Yeah, the maze thingy. I don't know what it is, actually. And if you mirror at the exact same, good spot, you're right in the doorstep of Sasha. As you can see, we enter this building. Hi Sasha, thanks for the 10 arrows, you are totally not helpful.
Yeah, so the green pendant was a bust. Which for now means that desert was a complete bust because I don't think we found any useful items there.
Nope.
So,
A shield upgrade, but
we're just gonna need it for the pet later on, and
Monkey?
monkey.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you just warp out of the light world to the dark world,
Yeah.
you have a few invincibility frames, or a few, like 2 or 3 seconds, and Kiki will not be.
Yeah, Kiki is not your friend at that point.
Kiki's like,
never
oh, I'm not gonna
friends.
help you.
Kiki is not your friend to begin with, because you need to pay him 110 rupees to even get access to this dungeon, but... So, in a vanilla randomizer, because in a vanilla game, if you do it correctly, you don't even have to go to the right side, but in the randomizer, you might need to go to the right side of this dungeon, and then you need a bow, because normally there's mimics. I know they're not even called mimics, but I call them mimics, because they mimic your movement.
Aren't they called mimics?
No, they are actually called
No.
something completely different.
Huh.
I still have the page open, give me a moment. The mimics are actually Goreyas. Goreyas?
Oh, yeah.
So we
I
got another
remember
small key, which is
I think
nice.
those are the horse head enemies from Zelda 2.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sure how they
Zelda naming isn't very consistent.
They are, well, the only consistent name is ropes, I believe.
And keys, I think.
And keys, yeah. Which are, ropes are the snakes, and keys are the bats. I don't think this game even has bats, but...
They have.
Oh yeah, wait, we do. Just not a lot. So we're currently trading small keys for small keys. Very useful. And we got a bug
Oh, we can do Aghanim now.
You mean swagging him?
Swagging him.
Let's see
So,
what the heck
Aghanim can be hurt in, only get hurt by its own projectiles. But you can reflect them with either your sword or the bug net, which is great. I don't know why they designed it like that, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
Feels like a bug because it's linked to the past.
Probably an oversight. I mean, a lot of things have reasons. But yeah. There's the Vicky. One more chest we can check on this side before going to the back.
That should be a guaranteed small key because because of the way this dungeon is designed, you have 4 keys in the front, and the other 2 can be keys as well because there are 6 keys in total, I believe. But there are 4 guaranteed because else you can lock yourself. Also, since we have the Vicky, are we gonna see the hammer jump?
Nope.
Aww.
That's one of the things And this, kids, is why you reset the room.
Yeah, so hammer jump is basically in a vanilla, especially in a vanilla speedrun, you can just I'll explain a little bit when we are at the room, because we're coming up to that. But yeah, in the vanilla game, you can use the hammer to jump to the platform here on the left because the big chest is there, and then you can get the hammer in the vanilla game, and you can skip a large portion of the dungeon basically.
Yeah, you don't have to double back and then have to use a key here, and you can just mirror to the front of the dungeon.
Yeah, so we did get the flippers. That brings
Flippers.
Ice Palace and Swamp Palace back in Logic. Or, well, in Logic. Ice Palace was sort of in a position that I could do it, but only out of logic. I'm not sure.
So
Oh yeah, the next room is called the Harmless Hellway. But
Yeah, the
Enemizer?
other hellway is Enemizer. Nothing's harmed.
I was about to say, in Enemizer, nothing is harmless.
The hellway is that room in Cheese Town that we've already seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were missing 3 more items so far, if I'm correct. Oh well.
2 guaranteed
that's nice.
and 1 potential item.
Yeah, exactly, because the item can be on the
Well,
boss
there's
as well.
that potential item.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was.
So now Trinex is completely defeatable.
Yeah, every
there's
single
not a-
boss
there-
is completely
every-
killable
yeah.
now.
There is no boss that could pose a threat to us. So that's
No.
good. I guess, maybe.
So let's
So-
hope for more Moldorms.
So we're waiting for that bombos on pedestal, right?
Yeah, I
Bombos
guess.
or the Canis and Maria. They could
Could also
both be.
yeah. Could also be.
Right, how about I rapid fire some donation incentives for a bit?
Go
Because
ahead.
we
Yeah,
have
go
a
ahead.
ton. As I previously mentioned, there's name choices for the Fallout games. There's also color choice for the character in Spyro. There's Save versus Kill Meryl in Metal Gear Solid any percent Extreme. There's Hamlet name on Darkest Dungeon Necro percent. And of course, the one that's been mentioned way earlier, Punching the Boulder. We all want to see that happen. And tons of other stuff. So I'd recommend taking a look around. There's some really fun donation incentives going around.
Yeah. So we're coming up to the boss again. It's like a few rooms from there. Do your guesses. What do you guys expect?
Off you up.
Yeah, Moth.
Oh yeah, Moth would be nice.
I wouldn't mind it.
I mean, at this point, you wouldn't mind any boss because you can beat everything anyways.
I mean, I have a butter sword.
Yeah.
So there is not a single boss that's actually that scary. I mean, Trinex is maybe a little scary depending on the room you get him in, but I don't think Ice Palace actually leaves the ice there if Cold Stare is not in there.
I believe it's still ice physics, but the ice, like, you won't get ice drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ice drops are part of the boss, so you can get them in any room.
Yep,
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
they actually are. Hi, Mimic. Hi, can you stop stealing my stuff? Thank you. Okay. Hi, boss. Oh, it's Ormos. Oh, yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
You can't even do a quick kill because there are spikes.
Yep. Now we go for the semi sort of not so quick kill. So yeah, with that we've obtained our 3rd crystal.
Yes.
We can get 2 more right now.
Yep, Ice Palace is completely clearable and you can always go and kill Vitries in Tower of Hell.
Yep.
I think
Other options
you wanna-
include... Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I think you want to hold off on Tower of Hera right now because if that's your last crystal, you can just go to the Dark World to Ganon's Tower, then use your mirror, then beat Tower of Hera, go back in the portal, and then you're immediately at Ganon's Tower.
Yeah.
So that's like quote-unquote pro routing. But yeah, you want to hold off on that for now, especially because you have done basically the whole dungeon and you're only missing 1 item.
Yeah.
So
Which
Xita's now doing some checks for with his fancy new flippers. There are 3 checks he hasn't done yet. Well, 4.
technically 4, one of them I can only see what it is, but
I mean,
you can always go to
you
the Dark World and pick it
yeah.
up later.
yeah.
You have the items to actually pick it up.
It's more like we can see what it is and then from there on decide if we're gonna take the effort of actually picking it up. And it's the oh god, it's the shovel.
Oh, that's kind of an iffy item because the
That's
shovel
a
can hold
nice-
another item.
Yeah,
Nice little
Oh,
fetch.
fetch quest confirmed.
yeah. For now, I'm gonna leave it because we need to be in the light world in order to. Well, wait. I could just flew towards my house, pick it up, and then go back to Ice Palace.
You could.
Or-
You could definitely.
Hey, red mail. Well, that's useful.
Oh. Basically nothing scary anymore in this game now.
Oh.
Besides the fact that it still might be a pedestal seat.
Oh yeah.
That's slightly scary, but
But only because you're the scheduler.
yeah, I mean, we were ahead of schedule anyway. This is a good way to fix schedules if I go overestimate, so hey. And I have a reputation of going overestimate. And if anything, we can blame Rushla. Nah, that's kidding. I mean, this is a pretty nice seat so far. Nothing too bad.
It's been a very generous seed.
Yeah, this seat hasn't been bad at all.
I mean, it's not as bad as the one I let Fit Wiki play.
Yeah, it was not too bad, but it was kind of trolly.
I think I still got that one somewhere in my DM.
Yeah, you should totally play it. It's fun.
It's not that bad.
I mean, it starts out pretty bad, and then apparently all the good items are in one spot. And from there on, everything is open. But yeah, I went for the shovel check first because this is, again, one of those very not gonna be in your route ever again checks.
Yeah, it's basically only in your route when you check Stumpy and
And
click
there's
what you found.
Bombos! We have we have Meyer access. I was about
Wow,
to say,
that was a good play.
You have access to a Turtle Rock's hint. So
yeah, but that one I had for a while. And that was very good measuring
Yeah.
to fly location 8. Instead of going left once, I went right 7 times.
Yay!
Totally not losing me time at all. Ever. No.
Oh. So this is Kane for go mode,
Yeah.
period.
Kane for go mode. We do need to Kane to complete Misery Mire. We do need to Kane to enter T-Rock.
yeah.
Hi.
Yeah,
It can be basically anywhere else in the game because only Turtle Rock and the back of Meyer is blocked by Kane.
I don't know why, but I have a weird feeling that it might be in Swamp. Then again, I really hope it's in the first chest of this dungeon, so we can show off that cool trick.
If
you
it's
can
possible.
oh yeah,
If
you
it's
need
possible.
I mean, Icebreaker is possible
Oh
Just
yeah, oh
need to
true,
Kane.
yeah.
with the
Yeah, you
Kane
need
it
to-
is,
So
but I
let's
really
hope
need to Kane.
for Kane, so we can see one of the latest Link to the Past. glitches.
And this is one of the tricks, well, one of the useful items in the game. Bombos does kill everything that is on screen. And even to things that aren't on screen, as it seems. But of course, it's just... Oh yeah, thank you, game. Give me more bombs.
I
To
think
empathize.
you have enough bombs now.
Yeah, the game is really telling me that I'm not gonna do Icebreaker. No, I am gonna do Bomb Jump.
Yeah.
I mean, bomb jump's pretty cool.
Absolutely, but...
Was that an Ice Palace pun with the pretty cool? If not, it should have been.
I mean, you can also hover instead of bomb jumping.
I mean, every pun is always intentional. That's
Absolutely.
something you told me.
Absolutely. And people should definitely put a donation in with a wonderful pun.
Oh, definitely. Go
Oh
ahead.
yes, we're up for that. Definitely.
I mean, if Boxmeister is here, he is one of the best punmeisters. Some arrows is held with the fishes. I know!
So we got both fishes hints, wow.
Yeah, and I actually checked Catfish, and indeed he held some arrows. Game is not lying. And I even think that the actual fish drop was 5 arrows as well. Conveyor belts! Everyone's favorite thing in the Zelda game.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, specifically the conveyor belt plus the spikes.
Damn it. I messed that up. This might take a few tries. should be good.
So Xita's trying to get on a specific pixel, which is also dependent on his pixel,
Yeah, you know what?
his horizontal pixel.
We're just gonna skip it for now. Because apparently I'm scrubbing. And the Hinox was getting a little too close for my comfort. I mean, it does save time, but since we're full clearing anyway, it doesn't save that much time anymore.
That's very true.
There's even an argument to be made if iced tea room is required that it might actually cost time.
Yeah. Since we're full clearing anyway. We land near a hint. That's a Zelda 1 reference.
The 10th enemy is the bomb.
As you can see, some sprites are a little messed up.
I think
What
these
even
enemies are
they?
never randomized, by the way.
No, they are. Well,
I think they're always.
Just their sprites.
yeah, their sprites
Yeah,
are
the sprites are randomized, definitely.
There's a small key.
So you only got the bomb so far, right?
Yeah. So we've got one item so far. And we have a few checks left to do. I'm just praying that, well no, since this is eyes, I don't think they include... I'm thinking if the big key could be on the boss, but I don't think it can.
Big key can't be on the boss, just a small key. Yeah, you can't even logically get to the boss without the big key if you don't have Samari.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. So as you can see, ice physics are pretty bad.
This is such a trolley placement.
Oh, this is... Remember what
This
I
is
said
wonderful.
about things not scary anymore? Yeah.
You almost earned some money for charity.
Almost.
Oh.
Almost.
That's the second out of the third. Once again, more bombs. Gee.
Yeah. Ice Palace is telling us something.
He not only has the blue cane, he also has the cape.
Yeah, I could have used that, but... Hey, I want to heal! Thank you.
It's called a bubble!
Yeah, you told us.
Oh yeah, it's a bubble! I still call it anti-fairies, but... I think
Yeah.
after all those years of calling it anti-fairies, it's not gonna change fast.
Let's just keep calling them anti-fairies.
This is a biggie. I'm not
Should
sure
be.
why... Yeah, I'm not even sure why I rush upstairs here, but... Oh, look at this fun room. Such
This
fun-
looks like a
this-
joy.
This room is great.
Ow. I think with the current configuration, the big chest is gonna hold a small key.
That could
Small
be
key or an
something
item.
on the boss.
Yeah.
But if we do this quote-unquote vanilla, then we do need 2 small keys to get to the boss.
Then this should be a small key.
Ah,
Okay.
now this is gonna be interesting. Because now bomb jump was required, I think.
Or Samaria is required. This
Or
could tell
Samaria.
us that if
Yeah.
the small key is on the boss, the Cane of Samaria is required to complete this dungeon. By logic.
Yeah.
Oof. That's rough.
I might. I'm just gonna go back in and attempt that bomb jump again. I mean, it is that we're done with the dungeon afterwards, and at that point, it's gonna be either we can go to Swamp, which has 6 items. This time it was the correct dungeon that I recalled on the amount of items, or I could go and do Mire, which has 2. And Mire is possibly not full clearable because of missing Samaria. So, just because of that, I'm just gonna dip into Swamp Palace and clear it out. Because, well,
The upside is if the cane is in swamp, you can just stop clearing the dungeon.
yeah. And if it's not, then we get at least another pedestal or another pendant. Which, you know, as people want, pedestal is then still alive. I mean, and Skull Woods is fast enough to do so, so
You can always blame Rustler.
yeah. Conveyor belts, spikes, and enemies. Everyone's favorite way of going through this. So, okay. Let me attempt this once again. Of course, I fall down first. And of course, I first try it now.
GG.
Because that is what should have happened the first time around. You get damage boosted over the gap.
But at least we do know that the Cane of Samaria is not on the ball. Oh, wait, you already had all items.
Yeah,
right?
we had all
Okay,
items. It's-
Never mind. Never mind. I'm dumb.
We know it's not in this dungeon, even, but we don't know what the boss of this dungeon will be. So, since we're getting close on that again, time to
Yeah,
do some
chat.
guesses.
Vanilla Cold Stare.
Ooh,
With
with my amount of magic now.
Right next to me.
That's the Helmasaur.
Ooh, Helma. Well, Wiki really wants Helma to be in Skullwoods right now. I know.
Yes!
Oh God.
I mean, I'll do Swamp. If Swamp does not reward us the cane, I will go Skullwoods and blind pull the pedestal. I mean,
I think
It's-
at that point that's your only
it's
option.
yeah, it's well, cane.
Tower of Hera still has an item.
Oh yeah.
Tower of Hera still has an item, and
Terrible.
oh, okay, we're not doing this. Apparently, we're not doing this.
Ouch.
Yeah, Wall Masters, they're not fun.
This game really is telling you something.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
good thing if we end up going back with the cane, I can still show off that trick we were talking about. I mean,
You
then
could
people get
icebreaker.
then people get to see both the bomb jump and icebreaker.
Ooh.
The vanilla way, bomb jump, and ice. Every way to do that dungeon.
Yeah, you've seen all of them. I mean, before doing Skullwoods, I would probably go and kill Viddy, but just to make
Yeah,
sure that
you-
Hera is not
should.
the answer.
Yeah, no, you should.
I mean,
That's a logical play.
it's been in logic for way too long by now. It's been in logic ever since we found it.
I think it was in logic within 5 minutes of the seed.
Yeah.
Imagine this, by the way. We said that Kane is the only thing that could be on pedestal that is required, but what about a blind pull book?
Yeah, blind pull book. That's still my
Yeah, a book could still be on there, and then the cane could be on one of the tablets. So, welcome to Swamp Palace. What the? Okay. That never happened before. So, because of Enemizer, apparently all the enemies here got transferred into water balls. So
Yeah,
he
I
just
think in
immediately
this-
spawned.
In this room, the enemies can only be randomized to the water bubbles or the water spiders.
Yeah.
And if they're all,
Water
if they
bubbles?
all,
Yeah.
yeah, if they're all water bubbles, you can't kill them, so you'll get the chest right away.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell was that sound? But then I realized it was a chest. Oh no, not wall masters in here as well. I hate those things so much.
I can't wait for one of them to grab you just before the boss.
You mean...
Again.
Yeah, again? It already happened once. That's enough.
might be not
Once
in that
more,
room,
and then it can become a meme.
But you know what would be worse? That one of them would grab you like in the pinball room in GT. So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right in front of Vega 2, and then, well, game says no. I mean, if that happens, that's pretty much a 6 minutes time loss free.
Yeah, that's rough.
Let's not.
It also happens because in Skullwoods you actually have the wall masters. They're an actual natural enemy, and if you fall down the pit right at the moment when the wall master drops, it can grab you and still bring you to the start of the dungeon, even though you already fell in the pit.
Yep. Even though you're only a pixel big, you can still be grabbed.
Good question in chat. Do you know how to do the deep diving?
Nope. I have tried it this morning. Speaking of which, bye-bye Swamp Palace.
Well, this is go
We're
mode.
in go mode. Back
Nice.
to ice.
Back to Ice Palace. And we're actually pretty close to ice, so that's nice. But I think I'm gonna mirror anyway. And first do a smarting. I mean, Xita doing smartings. What is this?
Why?
Because I kinda would like some more magic.
Yeah, I think you're gonna go to the witch hut, right?
Yeah, get a heal, get
Yeah,
some
makes sense.
magic.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
We have 1400 rupees to spare, so hey. I got 2 bottles, right? Yeah.
See that?
Yes.
You're gonna go underestimate this, right?
I think so. I don't know what the timer is at right now, but...
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yeah.
Okay, so I have about an hour to kill the boss of Ice Palace, kill the boss of Tower of Hera, and full, well, quote-unquote full clear Meyer and T-Rock. Yeah, and then GT. Yeah, sounds about doable.
What does this mean for estimate? This means we're gonna go to Skullwoods, right?
Well, we might. You still want to see if it's a helicopter, don't you?
Yeah! Well, I mean, I think out of the 10 bosses you can get, like 6 or 7 are broken anyways.
Yeah.
So, either way.
Yeah, like, that,
But-
so, because the room has, specific, I think it's, was it because of the spikes?
It's because of the conveyor belt, I think.
Yeah. A lot of enemies aren't programmed to be on a conveyor belt.
And those that can be are still not, you know. So what I'm gonna do is go back because we do need to switch. Well, actually, I didn't need to, but because this would be your normal way of doing it. So you switch that around.
About to attempt is do a icebreaker.
It's one of the newest glitches that got found, and it was thought to be only TAS viable. I think this is it. Okay, that one I messed up, but we can retry.
What he's trying to do is make the game think he's still in the door, which acts really weird with
Yeah.
Felicia.
So this should be it. Then we walk forward, we place that, we go. There we go. We totally did not clip through that wall. Nobody saw that, right?
I believe you.
Yeah, so apparently it's indeed you're still in the door, and for some reason then the wall doesn't work or something.
Walls are just a suggestion.
Absolutely. So now you've seen all the possible ways of doing this dungeon. And I think you don't like any of them. Because a lot of people hate Ice Palace. Unless you've played this game on the GBA version, in which Ice Palace is a joke.
There's no GBA version.
What version?
Ah, yeah. Sorry, I misspoke.
Talking about Link Between Worlds, right?
Ah, yeah.
Hey, the 3DS.
Oh yeah, That's good.
It was
That's a good
3DS.
Good game. Yes.
You also have Minish Cap on the GBA. That's a good game.
Ooh, that's. Have you tried a Minish Cap randomizer?
No, not
I've
yet.
watched them. They look very interesting.
It's so much fun.
So this room becomes all of a sudden a bit more tricky than normal because of him.
So Minish Cap Metroid Zero Mission combo rando when?
I'm gonna.
I would love to see that.
So the reason I went back up the room is to get the wall monster to drop. And hey, it's Viddy.
Again?
Yeah, double Viddy.
Double Viddy.
I mean. Oh yeah. By the
With
way,
the
if
cake
you use your
Viddy.
yeah.
So easy. Even though he's doing some laser hits now because he's full.
I mean, we can
In
just.
full health in this game, you do less damage.
Yeah, because sword beams are always massive sword damage if I recall correctly.
I think even Fighter Sword.
Oh wow.
If I'm not
Fighter
mistaken.
sword even, yeah. So this was Ice Palace, so let's move on to Misery Mire and then Turtle Rock. Let's pray for a God Mire for once.
Of course not, because you're in Go mode.
Oh yeah, wait, I'm in Go mode. I
You don't know
get
how
God
the
mode.
randomizer work, do you?
Yeah, so God Mire would mean that we get the big key and a small key in the first two chests we check in there.
Only the big key, because
yeah,
you can
actually
get
the
the small key out of the pod.
Yeah, so even just a big key is enough. But generally you only get that when you're planning on full clearing the dungeon, because yeah, you need items and stuff. And then when you don't have to full clear, the game is like, yeah, we'll put it in like the last possible spot for you. And those are chain jumps. Chain jumps are the most annoying enemy in this game in terms of, you know, they can kill you so easily.
Yeah,
With
two
Red
hearts
Mill
of
and
damage
with
in the middle.
Red Mill and 14 hearts, it's not that scary.
No,
I
it's not. Still,
Death rocks are still way worse.
I mean, yeah, but even with like the full armor capacity upgrade, you still take 2 full hearts of damage by a hit.
True. Also, this room is always fun to see. Oh, it's not that bad actually. Huh.
Could be way worse. Helma?
I'm used to have spike balls and crystal rollers here, so.
Oh yeah, that's such a fun time. A lot of wiggly things.
This room is almost vanilla.
No. Normally
You only miss the wrist ropes and the BMOs.
I mean, yeah, and those got replaced by the jellies.
Is this even randomized?
Yes, there's dead rocks in here. Speaking of which, Wiki had to call them.
Night.
So let's first check the bridge. Please be the Vicky. Please be the Vicky. Please be the Vicky. If I would be Andy, that would be even better. It's a
Guess you would
small
hover.
key.
Oh, that doesn't have to be.
I mean,
Bad yet.
Could still be the next chest.
yeah, we could still have a Vicky there. I'm doubting it, but
Probably not.
Like a demigod Maya.
wow. Okay.
No way!
No way. Actually,
way.
no way. This is
No way!
this is indeed demigod Meyer, because.
This never happened before.
Okay, yeah, well, it does happen before, but normally not in such a lucky way. So yeah, we spoke about dark rooms before, like really early. Most of them are pretty doable. This one, yeah, this one takes a lot of practice.
I hate this.
I
don't
can do
know
it,
that.
but I prefer not to.
The Turtle Rock one is bad, but this one is worse.
Turtle Rock one is not really bad. If you know which directions you
Yeah.
need to hold, it's actually pretty fun.
I mean, Turtle Rock one is you can also sort of, even in an Enemizer, you can get your position by just looking on at the enemies that are there. And in the vanilla game, you know, at the fire bars. So that's pretty much easy. This one doesn't really have that much guidance. So yeah, guesses for the bosses of Misery Mire.
I'm really looking for an extra troll door mirror.
Helmosaur. We haven't seen Helmosaur yet.
Or
I
Blind.
think Moth.
Oh, Blind is in this room.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
Luckily, we
actually.
have the cape, and as long as I keep spamming my sword, for some reason it doesn't drain magic as fast.
You can also just hug the wall,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
and
hold
then
on
your magic
to
won't
the
drain at
wall.
all.
I was about to say, where am I?
Meanwhile,
Yeah, go ahead.
Do we have a
you-
moment for a little announcement?
Yes.
Because I have just been notified that we're gonna get an extra game in the schedule right after this run,
Ooh.
and it is gonna be Evoland.
Ah, very cool.
Ooh.
Ah, awesome.
So that's
so
gonna
wait.
be real good fun.
Is the scheduling team secretly telling me to die like a bazillion more times?
Well,
For
I'm
charity,
pretty
of
sure
course. For charity.
they've got confidence in you. I'm pretty sure is what it means.
Yeah, but I mean, we died twice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
only twice for an Enemizer. That's not bad.
Well, so far. We still have, like, a few things to clear, but...
You know what he said before we started.
Yeah.
You might die 18 times at Ganon.
Yeah, I mean...
Oof.
Dying at Ganon isn't slow. Let's not try Hera clip today. So, one of the overworld glitches that is used in, like, the glitchy categories, you basically sort of jump off the mountain and then get clipped into the Tower of Hera. If you do that incorrectly, which, you know, I did yesterday, you might soft block. It is a very interesting way to look at it, but since we're sort of on a timer right now, let's not. Because yeah, well, Turtle Rock, even though we are in go mode, is always about the same length.
Yeah, there's only one chest you can skip in Turtle Rock if you get an early big key.
I mean, if I get an early big key and I think 2 small keys, I could even go back out, do the middle clip, and then finish the dungeon that way, but that would be glitching, and we don't do glitches, right?
That's cheating.
I mean, I've not been
Because
using glitches so far. Totally not.
We've definitely haven't seen item dashing. No.
We've not done item dashing, we've not done icebreaker, we've not done a bomb jump,
Nothing at all.
no. Everything was completely done as it was intended by the developers. So just for the sake of checking the hint, a compass requires the hammer. Well, isn't that a good hint?
What?
A
How does
compass?
it even work?
I don't even. Who the hell made those hints? We need to
Probably
have a
because you
talk.
need the hammer to get the compass.
It might be of Thieves Town? Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
Thieves Town
really
has
early
a,
picky.
No, because the compass of Thieves Town was actually in the front.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Might be swamp.
Oh yeah, mine
Yeah,
is.
Because the whole
swamp
swamp
is-
is locked behind the hammer, except for one item.
Yeah.
That is indeed South Park Kenny, one of the 100 plus choices in the randomizer sprite. Because who wants to play as Link in a Zelda game?
That reminds me I should finish working on that custom sprite I've been making.
Ooh.
Is it a
okay.
chair?
No, it is Perry the Platypus.
Oh, awesome.
Yo.
And
I would love. And what would be the bunny sprite though?
I haven't gotten around to that just yet.
Not to mention, he wanted to make a Samus sprite as well for the combo rando, and make that one Dovenschmidt.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great. That's actually
it's
great.
gonna take a lot of time though.
Also, we can read now.
Yeah,
have
we
a
can
bug.
now read.
Yeah.
There's
Literate.
not. The only thing that we could still, quote unquote, want to find are silvers. But I think, you know, showing off silverless Ganon might be fun as well.
Especially with your current sword situation.
Yeah.
I would have. I mean, yeah. Well, Master Sword Ganon or Master Sword Silverless Ganon is quite the experience, though.
Yeah,
That is.
I've done
yeah.
that once. On
Yeah,
a
once.
BSG annual, like 3 years ago. It was a race against my man Cruel. And he got sent like 3 seeds. This is an easy one, this is an intermediate one, and this is a quote-unquote hard one. Choose the one you think is best for, you know, the length, because, yeah, we all know that randomizers and length is a thing. And for some reason, Cruel mixed the two around, so instead of picking the easy one, he picked the hard one. And we both had to do Massive Sword Ganon.
What Xita could have done, since he's in go mode, is skip this chest.
Yeah, but...
And he would have an extra key now, meaning that he could skip the laser bridge at the end.
Yep, but, you know, we do this the vanilla way, and an extra heart is never bad. I kinda goofed on, you know...
On remembering that.
On remembering that. It's...
I mean, there is a slight chance that Laser Bridge still doesn't have to do Laser Bridge still.
Yeah.
But it's a very small chance.
I think the big chest and the chest behind that both need to have a small key now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that would be the dream. So Mimic Cave is gonna get skipped today.
I think nobody cares anyways.
No, I think by now it's just, yay, let's go. Hey, a small key!
Oh, that's
That's
actually
one.
good.
That's
good.
one. Yeah.
Okay, Laser Bridge is required.
Yep, Laser Bridge is now required. But it still might very well be the first chest we check there, so...
It's gonna be the last one, because that's how randomizer works.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
No matter where you start.
I mean, if you... This room is pretty damn easy. It's just... Go right.
Yo,
Go
look at that
down.
vanilla fire bar.
Yeah. And now it's just keeping left. And we're already out of it. Even in the dark, this would not have been a challenge. But we have a SWAT shield. We have mirror shield, so lasers aren't. It's
Yeah,
not
laser
the
bridge
first
is
one.
so easy.
Yeah, we have the small key, so now we can easily go to the boss.
And so
I'm
what do you
gonna
guys
call that-
think?
I'm gonna call that the silver arrows are on Laser Bridge, by the way.
Oh yeah, probably.
But yeah, boss time. What are we going? What is the boss going to be?
I'm still in the team Mafia. I want to see one, at least one.
I'm thinking
I also
Northern
haven't
still.
seen. I haven't seen Lemolas yet.
Lemolas has not been shown yet. Trinax,
Helmasaur.
Helmasaur, or another Armos.
That's the third one. Jeez.
Can
I'm
I?
going for a second troll dorm. At least for the next one then. I'm a little behind on the video.
Damn it.
Yeah, because of the spikes in the corners, I think that messed up your quick kill.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to play safe, but hey, I don't have arrows now. This might become a little problem.
Who needs arrows anyway?
Fair point.
Nobody, because it's enemy.
It might not be needed. I
All
probably
arrow
will...
required enemies
Yeah.
will have been removed from the rooms where you need them.
Yep. So we can now sort of play an instrument with our bow. Yeah, it's in this version it's just But remember, we are still not done. We cannot do Ganon's Tower yet, because we still need to beat Vitrius. And if I knew how to Herapod, I would do it, but sadly, even though that doesn't seem like a difficult trick either.
I've only seen really good people do it.
I mean,
Tried it
They
once.
always
Tried
get
it once.
first try.
Tried it once. Soft lock the game.
yeah, soft locks are not hard to get in this game. If the game does not know what to do with you, you soft lock.
Just as a little question: are the bosses, the refights in GT, also randomized?
Yes.
They are.
Excellent.
So
This is the Chaos Shuffle. Can be any boss.
Yeah. So the difference between a shuffle and a random for the bosses is that basically you have in the vanilla game you have 13 bosses, or well technically 10, but there are 13 spots where bosses can spawn. And if you shuffle, for example, if you've seen Trinex once, you won't see him a second time. But in true random, in quote-unquote chaos, you can see like 5 Trinexes, or what you just saw, 3 armor snakes. It can be that some bosses aren't even in the game. So that's the big difference between shuffle and chaos random.
Vitrius number 2.
and with Buttersword, it's a pretty damn easy fight. And of course, the item would have been in the basement.
Well, we're not gonna see that.
No, definitely
Okay,
not.
so chat, there's a little game that we play in the Randomizer community where he's going into Ganon's Tower and there are 22 locations that can have the big key. So post your guess which one you think has the big key.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a number between 1 and 22. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we need to be fast because the game ends when we enter the tower.
I'm going for the specific guess of Tile Room.
Oof.
Of course.
Of course you are.
There's always that one person.
I
Oh,
always
yeah.
I always guess either 9 or 14. but I
I'm
went with
gonna
9
pray
today.
for a God GT. I mean, God GT would be getting the big key in like one of the first 3 chests.
Alright, it's closed right now. I'm gonna keep track of the numbers.
Yeah. So there's 2 options you can do here. You can either, well, go check those 2 chests and then do left side, and if it's not there, do right side. Or you can, especially since I got a small key, I could have done the right side first. There's, well, 5 chests in total there. 1 in tile room, 4 in the other room. Left side is just, you know,
And most people prefer left side.
yeah, it's more checks. A lot
Yeah.
more.
We also have the so-called Dark Magician route where you would mirror after this room. And then go right side.
Wow. 4 small keys so far.
So
Well, you're not going to be
7.
starving for upstairs then.
Yeah, we are good on that. I'll switch that one already. Hey, look, a crystal roller. And a fire bar.
This looks like a fun room.
That's not too bad. We didn't get any boomerangs, so yeah, it's Mario time with this.
I mean, we got one, but you just didn't go
Yeah,
for it.
we saw one. And then I said, nah, let's not. Hey, a wall master.
So coming up to chest number 9.
And now we're gonna enter a, well, room that is famous because only people in randomizers open it.
It's the randomizer room.
Yay!
And, oh no, there's nothing here. And now there's a big wall gone.
I'm not even sure if I ever saw this room in my vanilla playthrough.
I don't think I did.
I have actually.
So, yay! It's potentially either behind ice, well, Armos, ice something.
One more chest before.
Yeah.
Bob's chest.
Well, yeah, we have Bob's chest, but I don't know.
Which is my guess. So
But is Bob gonna be there?
I don't think Bob's gonna be. Oh boy! I think we're gonna go right side.
Oof.
Oof.
I mean, this is the perfect moment to just go right side. Yes, wall masters are annoying.
Wow. So imagine it's Bob's chest.
If it's Bob chest, you're now robbed, Ross.
Yep.
Yeah. My 14 is gonna be something else.
And just because Casey wanted it,
Oh no.
Yes.
Imagine it is actually Tile Room.
I mean, it could be. I know Box called that if he's even in chat. Because that's Box. He is really a fan of Tile Room.
There are multiple people who call 22 or Tile Room, so...
So, fun thing. At least in Enemizer, you don't have a specific pattern in which, Okay, is this gonna spell out no?
Yes.
This is
No!
gonna
I mean,
spell
no!
out
I mean,
no.
yes! I mean, what?
Wow.
I mean, maybe.
I am Mysterio. So, I need to kill that enemy in order for the chest to spawn.
Yeah, you need to beat all the enemies in the room, including...
There you go!
No way!
No way.
Yes
Well,
way.
my 14 was right.
So
You know.
Ross was the first one who guessed it right. We also have Killer Chair with Tile Room, and Jeffrey
Called
runs
it.
at 22 Tile Room. I'm gonna take that as half a point.
Wow. But, see? And that's why I went for Tile Room first.
I think the no is pretty appropriate right now, yes.
Yeah. Just no. I still thought it was Mimic, so I started to sort of move them around.
I forgot to say Kerstakako as well. Also said 14, so...
Wow.
Congrats to everyone who said 14 or Tile Room, you were right.
And
And 2 people got robbed from 22 because they just assumed that was Tile Room.
yeah, Tile Room normally is your, well, last check you knew.
Yes.
Unless you're me, and you're like, I'm here now anyway. Screw you guys.
Mm-hmm.
If you get Wall Master, you might as well do Tower.
I mean, yeah, I got Wallmaster
Yeah.
a room before, like, going to Ice Armos or Ice whatever. Oh no, I fell
Yeah,
down.
we've
Only
been
on
robbed
purpose.
of a boss.
Yeah, we've been robbed of a boss. That is correct.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, this is actually a Wall Master being helpful.
For
Just telling
once.
you shouldn't go this way.
You go back.
It's in Tile Room, don't you understand?
I'll put you right next to it.
Yeah, so.
And then the Wall Master in the Tile Room as well.
Good
Yep.
guy, Wallmaster.
And then the tiles actually spelling out no, telling me like it's not here. Continue.
It should just be making a Kappa face.
I don't think there's enough tiles to do that, but
More
Okay.
tiles then.
because I think the actual amount of tiles is always the same. And so far, this is a gauntlet. Like the
This isn't a
gauntlet
bad
is pretty
gauntlet so far.
pretty darn generous.
For some reason, I think the Enemizer Gauntlet are more forgivable than the Vanilla
Yeah.
Gauntlets because
Yeah.
a lot of the BMOs and
So
I'm
since we're
gonna
in
do
the
something
gauntlet,
that I might regret now, but I
since
hear
we're in
I
the
hear a
gauntlet
Moldorm.
anyway.
Mulder.
Oh, Moldorm?
Yeah, I heard him already.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
But since we're in the gauntlet anyway, I think we got plenty of time for me to mention a little thing.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, if you want to stay updated with events and various things going on with BSG, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BSG Marathon. Get a behind the scenes look on the events, stay up to date, all that good news. We're also in the process of uploading all of our VODs to the YouTube channel, so there's a whole bunch going up there. youtube.com/BSG Marathon. So you might want to subscribe to that there. Good stuff. Also, to clarify regarding the Evo Land run that's coming up next, it's got to be an any percent run. And back to whatever's going on in GT.
Yeah, just lighting some torches.
Yeah.
It's just the climb. Yeah.
No, you had a dancing mummy in the block.
We got some time to speculate what the final shuffled boss is going to be.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a really annoying, can be a really annoying spot for a boss.
I mean,
The thing
Trinex on
that I
there.
would Trinex would be
You know what?
really
Yeah, let's go
awkward.
Trinex. Or
Well,
Moth.
the thing, yeah, Moth is pretty fun to see there as well because you will see like the spikes moving in on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Because in the vanilla fight you have like the spikes moving and it will move here as well, which is kind of weird.
You know, let's break up 3 validation chests just for the sake of potentially finding silvers. Hey, it's our book. Hi, Helma. I did not expect.
Helma!
Oh, Helma
good
here
legs.
is terrible.
Oh, this is a terrible spot to find him.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this is
Did I just see legs on the left side of the screen?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, Helmas are in rooms that are bigger than just your screen. So, like, rooms that you can scroll a little bit through. Helma will glitch out anyway. You will see when he hits with the hammer, you will see the hit on the right as well.
Yeah, I fell down because he basically locked me.
So, hover time?
No. No. For once, my hands are very dear to me. I can hit him from the side. That's the...
This is one of the situations where you see people take out the bombs.
Yeah, but I'm
Because
not
you
one
can
of
also damage a mask with bombs.
Yeah, and that's actually in logic as well.
them. Yep, we're gonna switch to some bombs, at least, you know. As a kid, that was my go-to way of beating this guy.
I never knew you could use bombs until I saw it in Enemizer.
I never knew you could use a hammer to beat him until I started learning the speedrun. So, just to make this run very valid, validation chest, and that was
You
some
have
love.
to.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
But we haven't seen the single arrow, so is it really valid?
I don't know. The validation arrow. Oh god. Oh. Good lord.
Oh no.
I think you need to use a medallion here.
Nah. There's nothing to kill. There was literally nothing to kill.
Yeah, I know, but...
And now we can.
Yeah,
Now
that
we'll
great.
find out how good I am at geometry. Spoiler alert: I am not. Okay, this might actually work.
Oh, that's not bad.
This is a nice color scheme for this fight.
At least you can see the shadows.
Yeah. That's 4 hits. That could have been 6 hits.
So it's a 2-1-1-1.
Yeah, it's
One.
it's a terrible. Hey, look, it's the pig. Am I gonna? Yeah. Am I? Nah. I still have 2 potions. This should be fine.
Plenty of potions, plenty of hard.
Totally not
Many are-
corked sprite.
No,
Absolutely
this is
not.
Ganon in
This
its
is
natural
normal.
form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is true, Ganon.
I think that's a mimic.
yeah, it was a mimic. It was actually a mimic.
Also, you have the bee in the bottle as well to help you.
Oh yeah. Time to take out the bee. This is a nice color.
Hey, look, it's a bee.
Oh, it's just a regular bee.
I don't have anger issues. So we're already in phase 3. He'll stomp a lot and teleport a lot. And you need to hit him before he actually starts doing his jump, because else he'll spawn a fire bat, and fire bats are no bueno. No, I did not find them in Turtle Rock, because they were on Laser Bridge.
Called it!
That's
Wow.
fine.
Probably on that one chest that you skipped as well.
Yeah, one of the two. And now I need to get in my rhythm. That's one
The
hit.
one you ran past.
Yeah, so usually when you have the silvers, you would just hit him when he's standing still, and then we would freeze, and then you shoot the arrows. Yeah, you don't have the silver arrows right now, so the only way to hurt him is right when he moves. You can do a spin slash, and then you will hit him. There's like a couple of frames where you can hit him.
Just for safety reasons, gonna pop a potion.
And I think with the Master Sword, you need to do 24 spins.
Yeah, I believe it's
And
12. What's
12
it?
for
Nine?
tempered and gold, I believe.
Yeah.
Or is gold even 8?
I thought goal was 9, and I could be completely wrong. I usually do this with temper.
Yeah,
Yeah, tempered
normally,
is 12. That's what I know. I don't know what butter is. I think it's 12 or 8.
as long as we don't fall down, it's all good.
You know you just hexed yourself, right?
Maybe. Oh yeah, we did.
I mean,
get
we're
torch
25
glitch, by
minutes
the way.
under estimate.
Hmm.
And that's the pig. So time is coming up as soon
GG.
as I move through the door that will appear in the top of the screen. So
GG's.
yeah, get ready on time. Time.
Well done.
Let's see what the
Very
Triforce
well
has to say to us.
GG?
Did you prefer bacon, pork, or ham? Well, chat, what do you
Oh.
prefer? Bacon, pork, or ham?
Oh, that's a difficult one. Why'd
I
you do
know,
this
right?
to me?
Again.
I'll take bacon.
All of it. I can't choose, man.
The question is, on what? On a
On-
pizza? All
on
of them.
bacon.
Yes.
So since we went so far underestimate anyway, let's watch the credits because those are messed up as well by now.
Yeah, the credits are great. By the way, is there time to go to Skullwoods? I really want to see.
I think there might be. Yeah.
We're just gonna.
Just gonna
yeah.
look at that guy.
How fast is that?
That's the boss. That's gonna be like 2 minutes or so. Well, we're gonna first watch credits anyway, but
Go ahead.
I mean, we could watch credits or we could just go there immediately. As you can see, for some reason the big boulders that normally block the way have turned into sprites. The credits are wonderful.
The credits are amazing. Yeah.
It's like every sprite is changed and
Oh, somebody's dancing there.
the bully makes a friend. I am...
Is that the head of the? Smith? I think it was.
Look at
Oh,
this!
and your uncle's healthy. He doesn't look healthy, does he?
No, not really.
Wow.
And some sword for sale. Absolutely true. Zora was selling us a sword this time around.
Yeah, which you totally didn't need.
I could indeed show off any percent speedrun of the game as well, Xanaris, but you know, that's 3 minutes, man. I mean... okay. Okay, the witch has turned into a few rats and bats.
Of course.
So
Uh,
he was stirring the rats with a bat.
The two woodchoppers are now Zoras? Medallion Boy melts room again.
Yeah. So for people who don't know why they're saying that, that basically means that the dig spot had the Bombos medallion,
Yeah.
which we digged up. So, but if you haven't checked that, you will see what it is. Basically, we're also gonna see what pedestal is in the credits
Oh yeah,
because we don't know.
it could be
Normally
either
it says the sword
Either
of
blue
Evil's Bane
boomerang.
speaks again.
or just couch cash or a piece of heart.
Look at this. They're slamming the mimics, and now they're part of Argus. Okay.
The shield wielding kid. Which what? Okay.
If that's a kid, you might need to visit a hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your ad here.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That looks perfectly normal. It's just a wallmaster walk-in.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we'll find out what the Master Sword is, and then, you know, the other credits are not that interesting. We do want to see if we got the Helmicopter, though.
Yeah. Oh, Helmicopter
It's
is
just,
great.
you know, it's a reason.
But
The couch
but
cash.
even if it's not Helmicopter, like, oh, Scout Catch. It's nothing.
Yeah, quickly
But
gonna-
if it's Moldorm, if it's Argus, what more is fun? Blind is okay.
Moldorm is weird.
Moldorm is great there, but there are a lot of bosses that are actually great in that room.
Wow, my saving quit has been a long time ago. Damn, I did not even...
Oh, you don't have the fire rod.
Yeah, in that case, we're not gonna go there.
Whoops.
Everyone, thank you for...
That's the danger of a
Yeah, you have to actually...
flute.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
never know.
we'll never know what it was. I can ask Rushlight to check.
Fire
this out a lot.
rod was in Thief's Zone, I believe. But
But
we're
yeah,
not gonna
thanks
get there.
everyone for watching. It was a fun run, and yeah, I'm gonna throw you guys over to I guess the intermission screen, and then have fun with Evoland and Rush and Wiki. Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, Rush,
Hey,
thanks
welcome.
for co-commentating this, and Xita, thanks for the run. It was great. It was enjoyable, and of course, KC, thanks for reading out donations, incentives, all that.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you guys for everything, for having me.